Hello everyone, welcome to your monthly tarot reading for August 2023. So these are messages from Spirit for the month of August. Take these energies, my friends, where they apply, where they fit in your life, and view these readings as a heads up, a guidance into the energies that you might be facing this month, and maybe how to handle those challenges or how to be more aware of the opportunities that might be coming your way. Let's get started. Hello Virgo. So for the month of August, your overall energy is boundaries and compassion. Additional messages with the Oracle, you have explore the hidden you and enhance your intimate relationships. And then with the Tarot, you've got the King of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Sun, and the Queen of Swords. So let's start with this boundaries card, because I feel that that's a big part of this, but also of exploring you, like what you want now, who you are now, even, you know, how you've evolved and changed, but because you've opened up more authentic aspects of yourself, if for want of a better word, but I'll explain that when we get there. With this boundaries card, Virgo, I really feel that Spirit is calling to my attention to really state this is not building walls around you. This is not pushing people away. This is not... I saw the 5 and then just thought, well, this is not change just for the sake of change. Boundaries have got meaning behind them. Boundaries are a way that we express our authentic self. Boundaries don't exclude, they include. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that, Spirit. Boundaries don't exclude, they include. That's interesting because, you know, when we think of a boundary, we do feel like we're kind of putting, you know, our hand of, if not pushing away, generally stopping somebody from coming closer, if you like, you know. So I know that I always used to look at boundaries like a line, and don't cross that line. And with time and with a lot of healing and with doing my cards and you know, speaking with Spirit and asking counsel and asking questions, and I've come, you know, and even reading books and listening to others, I've come to understand that boundaries is not a line at all, and it certainly isn't a wall. A boundary is basically a need or a requirement that you put towards another, and allowing them to choose whether it suits them or not. So Spirit's asking me to give you an example. So you like your job, but you no longer want to work the 50 hours a week. So you go and see your superior or your boss and you say, look, where I am, and this is being honest, you don't find ways to, I was saying this to Leo actually, but we weren't talking about boundaries, but I was saying, you don't knock things down, you don't pick on things, and you don't go in and say to your boss, oh, you know, I do so much. It's not like you have to pick out all the bad bits in order to say, that's why I need this. You don't blame it on anything outside of yourself. This is something that you require, regardless of the circumstances around you. So you basically will go and see your boss and you will say, look, where I am in my life, and I mean, not these exact words, but you know, something along the lines to give you an idea what a boundary is. You will say something like, where I am in my life at the moment, I can no longer do 50 hours a week. I will need to drop down to 35. Is that possible? Now, your boss could go, in the position that you're in, not at all. And you will go, okay then, I'm really going to need to find something where I can just work 35 hours a week. Boundary set. It's giving, a boundary is saying, look, this is what I need. Does that work with you? Yes or no? Now, sometimes boundaries can be, like in this instant with work, you might find that you're just tired, or you might just find that your work-life balance is not in balance, balanced. So your boss might turn around and go, well, look, we could do 40. And then you have the choice that then your boss has set a boundary. Your boss has said what he can make possible. And then you can say, well, let's see if that works. Can I give it a go and see how I go? Or you might say, no, with all the other commitments I have, I really can't do more than 35. And then that's it. You are not saying to your boss, I've worked so hard for you and I have to do 50 hours a week, and you know, it's not giving somebody an ultimatum either. It's not kind of pushing somebody's buttons, making them feel bad, where then they feel guilty and then they want to say yes or no. It's not that at all. It's just stating honestly what you need, and if that need can be met, great. Maybe we can reach a compromise, or maybe I need to look for a new job, in the example that I just gave. That's a boundary, Virgo. It's not pushing somebody away. You know, the wrong way to set that boundary would have been not going to see your boss and whinging and complaining to all your colleagues about how much your boss makes you work, your workload, your hours. That creates drama, and that creates dissatisfaction that then will spill out into your work. Everybody will have a sense of, they probably won't say it, but there'll be this underlying current, well, if you hate it so much, why don't you leave? And you literally make everybody's life around you miserable because you're miserable. But you're not actually being honest or open about what it is that you need. You suddenly don't hate your job. It's just the hours that you can no longer commit to. This is very important in the month of August for you, Virgo. Very important indeed. If you stop listening to the video here, you've got enough information to carry on your month. Of course, there's so much more information to come, but this is so important. And I feel that your other overall energy, which is compassion, is based in this boundaries. I feel that when we set boundaries properly, we offer ourselves compassion for our needs, and we offer others the compassion in knowing that they might not be able to meet those needs, and we have to be okay with that. This combination is what creates really healthy relationships, healthy environments, healthy communities, healthy countries, and a healthy world. It's not imposing our will on others. And this creates alignment with who we are, where we are, and the people that are around us. It eliminates the need to control, and it certainly eliminates the need to manipulate. When we set our boundaries with truth, honesty, and compassion, kindness, love, we're not manipulating. We're not manipulating the situation to get the result we want. We're not manipulating the person to get the result that we want. We're just honestly stating what we need, and then we'll see if that situation, that person can meet that need. And if it can't, we truly need to be compassionate and open and honest enough to say, well, okay, then we must be out of alignment in some way. Maybe I've changed so much, or they've changed so much, and we're no longer moving forward together. Maybe this is the fork in the road that takes us on different paths, and we need to be okay with that, my friends. Longevity in anything, when it's not aligned, is of no use to anybody. And I've been saying this a lot lately. Longevity in something, a job, a relationship, the way we see, oh, we've committed and look at how long we've been together, or how long I've been at this job. If it doesn't fulfill you, if you are not happy, it's meaningless. And I think we're going to enter a time, a space, an energy that we no longer want a 30-year humdrum relationship where you just simply coexist with somebody else. We would rather have a 12-month aligned relationship where we grow and we learn and we vibrate together any day over the 30-year whatever relationship. Now, that's not to say that some 30, 40, 50-year relationships or 10-year relationships are not amazing. I'm not talking about the relationship or how long or short it is even. I'm talking about how aligned is it. Are you there out of duty, or are you there because you truly want to be there? Very different energy, Virgo. And maybe some of you are needing to ask yourself that. Now, very interestingly, you have explore the hidden you, reveal yourself. And I'm noticing the 7. So we're working in numerology, we're working a 7-year this year. 2023 is a 7-year. And so I feel like you are going to be exploring the hidden you, this authentic you that you're starting to get glimpses of. So you're basically peeling back the layers of who you are. And I feel that for the rest of the year, you're going to be setting these boundaries. And boundaries change as we change, because every journey brings us more aligned with ourselves if we're paying attention, if we allow it. And so then your boundaries change as you become more aligned, as you become more open. So I feel for the rest of the year, this is going to be an energy that really carries over. Now it says, explore the hidden you, reveal yourself. And I think, Virgo, that's what this boundaries card is all about. I really feel that setting your boundaries in the way that I spoke earlier about, I really feel that you are going to be revealing yourself to others. Because to set a boundary from that place of honesty, compassion and openness, you do reveal yourself. Because you're basically saying, do you know what, this is what I need now. Is that possible? And it's giving the other an opportunity to, you've opened up the door and you're giving the other person the opportunity to walk through it or to not walk through it. You're leaving them choice. And I feel the more you explore you, your truth, your values, your beliefs, what is in alignment with you, you enhance your intimate relationships. You enhance, and I'm seeing intimate relationships definitely, but I really feel that Spirit saying this spreads out over all your relationships. And we have not only relationships with people, but we have relationship with situations and things. And I think it encompasses all of that. It enhances all your relationships in regards to anything or anyone. The card says deeper connections await. And I feel that Spirit is saying with that message, setting your boundaries, speaking your truth, will either bring you deeper connections or will deepen the connections that you already have in your life. Either way, Spirit wants you to see this, Virgo, as a win-win situation. You're not losing, even if people leave, situations leave, you're not losing anything, because what leaves was no longer meant for you. What stays will deepen and become more relevant, more meaningful. So can you see that win-win situation? Now, interestingly, Spirit just said to me, you're not going into this. You don't set your boundaries hoping for a win-win situation. That's not what you're doing here. But when you do it, when you set your boundaries because that's genuinely and honestly what you need now, the outcome is a win-win situation. But you don't go into it with that. This is a very deep, meaningful, I think this is all about, I think this undercurrent, Virgo, runs through your whole life. Like I said, not just with your relationships with people, but your relationship with your job, your relationship with where you live and how you live, the things you live with, what stuff you've got, the relationship that you have with food, the relationship that you have with alcohol, the relationship that you have with those around you, or the lack of relationship you have with those around you. It pitters through everything. Now you've got the King of Cups. The 4-week breakdown, you've got all how the energies are likely to play out. You've got the King of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Sun, and the Queen of Swords. Now, just want to call to your attention, Virgo, look at, oh, sorry, I don't know why I saw this as a major arcana. I don't know why I did that. Okay, that's interesting. I'll come back to it. You've got 2 minor arcana and 2 major arcana, really imbalanced here. Thank you, Spirit. So, the King of Cups is not a major arcana, but in my head, I said that's a major arcana. And Spirit said to me that this King of Cups brings you so much wisdom into what fulfills you, that you will be so connected with what fulfills you that your alignment is going to be so true. Now, this is your alignment with your higher self. This is your alignment with Spirit. And I feel that Spirit, I kind of feel that, see, he's sitting on his throne. I kind of feel like the throne, if we could see underneath the waves, Spirit's hand is right there. I feel that the throne is sitting on Spirit's hand, and Spirit is showing you firsthand what fulfillment means to you now, Virgo. And I feel it's going to be different to what you initially thought it would be. This King of Cups as well, it's the king. So he is completely fulfilled. His path has brought him to his fulfillment. And the kings have received everything they need in order to give back, to be of service. And do you know this King of Cups in your reading, Virgo? Understanding your ultimate fulfillment, what fulfills you now, will enable you to set boundaries. And do you know what service you will be? You will be of service in being compassionate and open enough to release people from their duty towards you, to release situations that are no longer aligned with you, to release people that are no longer aligned with you. That is a form of being of service, because when we release each other, we allow ourselves to be moved, and we allow the other person to be moved in the direction that they need to be moved in order to be aligned with the environment, the jobs, the people that are aligned with them. So then ourselves and them become more aligned, and then we fit better into wherever we're going. That is being of service. To cling to each other there's no service in that. Nobody benefits from that. There's no love or compassion in that. And I think this Hanged Man is really showing you, this is Spirit really putting you in a position where you cannot help but see that, where you can't not see that. Spirit just puts you in a place of just such, I was going to say clarity or understanding, but I kind of got a sense that they're not quite the right words. It puts you in such a place of, oh, okay, undeniable appreciation of yourself and others, that you can't do wrong by yourself or others. Oh wow, Spirit. Spirit is putting you, the universe, God, your higher self, is putting you in an undeniable position to see, I can't remember what I said now, but to see the truth in you and others, so that you can no longer keep yourself bound to each other. Okay. I'm saying to Spirit, why can't I say it the same way? And Spirit said, no, say it a different way, because for some it will have more meaning. Okay, so take it whichever one, you can replay it, whichever one sits more powerfully with you. That's the one you needed to hear. It changes a lot. It changes a lot in your life, because the next card is the Sun, and the Sun is complete clarity, it's complete understanding, and it's completely revealing your true self. It's that this is me, and if you like it, let's journey together, and if you don't, I wish you love and all the best. The sunflowers follow the sun. They are so aligned with the sun that their face must face the sun. Think about that. Think about how, you know, when you really stop and think about it, there is a flower that turns and follows the movement of the sun day in, day out for its whole life. To me, that's miraculous. That is, it makes my mind boggle. And do you know what? The sun calls you to do the same. The sun calls you to, your sun is your authentic self, you. Not the one that we pretend to be in order to fit in, or to accomplish things, or to not rock the boat. No, this is your authentic self, your light. And can you imagine if we were like the sunflower? That day in, day out, we never allowed ourselves to be swayed by anything else apart from our own unique selves. Can you imagine how aligned we would be, not only with each other, but with everything else in our life? Because your soul would never call you to harm another. The people that you don't resonate with just wouldn't even be able to come into your vicinity. Like they just wouldn't be drawn to you. It's almost like they would just not even see you. The sunflowers are so attracted to the sun that they don't notice the wall that they've turned away from, the beautiful rose they've turned away from. Their focus is on the sun. And it creates a beautiful world and a beautiful life. Now, please don't think I'm making that sound like it's easy, or that I do that every day. Gosh, not at all, because, you know, it's almost like you could almost say I feel that your soul and your higher self is the same as God, the universe, spirit, because of that, all the connection of everything that is. Everything is one. But we could almost say that the soul in you, that aspect of yourself that is connected to God, the universe, spirit, is what guides you towards the sun. But we also are a physical body and mind. So, you know, sometimes we get a little bit lost in it, and that's our humanness. So that's perfectly normal. We can't beat ourselves up about that. But to allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to allow ourselves to be unique, to allow ourselves to be truthful about who we are and what we want, that is an aspect of following the sun. And I think that's what you're being called to do, Virgo. And then we end your reading with the Queen of Swords. And I really do like this energy in everything that we have just said, because I feel that in order to follow your sun, there needs to be things that get cut out. Then when we set boundaries, there's always the possibility that the boundaries that we set will not fit well with others or situations, and so then they will fall away. And the Queen of Swords knows that the void that she makes from cutting things out in her life that no longer serve her, not because she's mad at them or because she wants to get back at them, or no, it's just because she knows it's not in alignment, it's not on the path to her sun. But the queens are that receptive energy. The queens know that they are going to receive. So the Queen of Swords is very much, not only will she receive clarity on what needs to go, on what needs to be said or done, but she also knows that she's going to receive, once she's made the void, she's going to receive things more aligned with herself to fill that void. And I feel that's what you'll be doing, Virgo. You'll be seeing, you'll be trusting that I spoke my truth, and let's go with the original analogy, I lost my job. The Queen knows that, okay, that is the perfect sign that shows me that job was no longer aligned with me. And she knows she will receive another job to fill that void. Now, Spirit's asking me to just say this very quickly. If this is you, and this is regarding, because the job was just an example, this could be anything. But if it was you, let's go back to the job, of the analogy of the job. This Queen of Swords knows that sometimes she might try and fail a bit before she finds the job that fits with her perfectly. Because remember, we're always moving towards this clarity. We're always moving towards the understanding. So sometimes it's a little bit of, oh, let me go and try this. I'm going to see, trying things on for size and seeing how they fit. So there's a level of trust, but there's also a level of openness where we still need to take action. I hope that makes sense, Virgo. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. Love, light and blessings, Virgo. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.